Hello. Blah 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 blah. We're more or less gonna be trying to get the investigation portion done because if I remember correctly, there's two portions to it. Like it's easily like the longest case in Justice for All. But that's kind of why I want to get the investigation stuff done today. That way I can just kind of move into the trial on Friday or whatever. It'll be a lot easier that way. Plus, it allows me to do something else today if I get to that point. Which I'm sure I will, but, you know, whatever. Add. Add shiz. Alright. What have you got, pal? So what are you gonna do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that, what am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything to come in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Assistant Gumshoe. I'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. Unguard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? He's talking about Maya and her burgers. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible! Because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. Truth? Miss Andrews' last testimony, I wonder if that was the truth. It was! It was, Phoenix! You need to think about what that means. You need to think about what that means, and if your client should even be trustworthy. Well, if your client is even trustworthy, but whatever. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No. I mean, almost need to frame Mr. Enguarde. I don't figure that out from anything she said all day. Because he's a piece of shit? And I imagine that... she kind of knew that, she would go after Juan, you know? So you have to frame him in the most obvious way possible? Then you're saying that testimony was a lie. Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. And that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. I mean, there is. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Debatable. I don't know if, assaulting people with a whip in a courtroom is exactly, better. Like, yeah, what Edgeworth did is not exactly great. Especially with someone that doesn't exactly have the best mental health. But physical violence with a whip is still something awful. Especially if it's non-consensual. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol pal. She's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... well, he shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. Like her father. Because, yay! The Von Karmas get their shoulders shot. It should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting in the hospital. Yeah, unlike her father, he kept that bullet in his body the entire time. In order to not implicate himself. But last year, that kinda went through because metal detector. Which one? What, are you gonna go visit her, pal? No, well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you're actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see, the name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. Oh boy. That name sends a chill down my damn spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Great. Him. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. There he is. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi, wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie. Oh. Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it? Director, Franziska. How is Franziska Von Karma? Oh, you don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yes, and that surgery went well. You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. I mean, he'd have to follow that other case, you know. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun, after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret, like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. Oh, but she's really cute, too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes. I think I could get used to it. Thank you. Thank you, Franziska. Go back to your room. You're so mean. Oh, so mean, my frisky Friska. Okay, yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. And what are those tulips doing in your hand, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. The same shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. No need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in sealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. You made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ungard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have any proof that I made such a deal? Denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would have already been over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she had tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective: to find Ungard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Oh boy! I had a flashback to that fucking guy. That fucking Greek statue-ass guy. A man called Professor Means. That's gonna come up way later. Oh boy. That piece of shit. Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Ungard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person. That's all. But you had to know she was... I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you excuse me... Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted to go that far. But she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, right. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I get it. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly the Killer. Shelly! And just as his name states, he's a killer, an assassin, the best at that. Assassin? So who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly is the professional name of the third heir in the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it is part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The Killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. Yeah. And that's what will get certain somebody into shit. It seems this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelly the Killer, huh? I noticed something in the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya. She's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible, and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen. You need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelly the Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ungard, your own client. Please stop! I can't listen to you! I can't believe that! I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen, now, if you excuse me. Oh boy. Do you think Mr. Enguarde hired an assassin? Yes. No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. You didn't ask him the right question. Because, for one, the question you gave him was, did you kill anyone? He didn't lie. He didn't kill anyone directly, but he ordered it. So, that's how he got around it. Not that he'd know. I don't think he would know about a psyche lock at all. But in the end, he still lied. Just in a way that doesn't exactly implicate him. Maya, please, all I ask is that you make it home, safe and sound. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. Even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? We'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them the sis and maybe get out of here. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. Well, we know who that is. That's Celestine Pax. Picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, it looks like something is written here. Let's see. It says, with love, Celeste. I bet this could be a clue. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. How cute. Like Juan's. It's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. Wonder if it's kind of a puzzle or something. Ugh, locked, of course. Doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. Only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here. It's the burgers you've been eating, Maya. Making your figure wider a little bit. Oh, hey, it's a computer. Never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Crap, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What is this thing, an antenna? I guess? And this is a VCR? Sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. What is an antenna doing here? Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Ah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean... Dead men tell no tales. Is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No, wait, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick! Mr. Nick? Oh yes, Pearls. Caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Arthurs has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Enguarde. I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. Him. That bitch. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aww. I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright and a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. Message? It's from Matt Enguarde. Ah, here you are. What did you write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. Think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. What? What? H. Yeah, I guess. Go check up on the fucking cat. I don't... Matt Enguarde does. Obviously. I don't know who would do that other than him. You shall not pass. Oh. It's old bag again. Don't devalue my name and turn into a gas, you spiky-headed pettifogger. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. Ma'am. Keep your hands off me! This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. Huh. Maybe I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Olmec, if you would look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Hey, Poo. Is that her perfume? Pheromone de amour I smell? Ugh. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly? That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy said so, you understand? Ma'am, please stop. I don't think that's a good thing, Pearl. No. It's completely one-sided, Pearl. Edgeworth does not want anything to do with her. Partially because he has right, but, you know. Maybe, but, you know, nothing's gonna come of it. So mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. Anyway, let's continue our investigation. What are you doing here? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Unguard's room today. Why? The policeman's investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? They're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there, you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. I forgot that he had an entire freaking motorcycle just hanging in his goddamn living room. Hanging over the sofa, I might add. So it's like, what the fuck is this decorating? What the fuck, man? Who does that? Like, you'd think you'd put that, like, on, like, I don't know, a display or something? Like a frickin'... I don't know. Like, at least, like, a stand or something. Not up in the fucking air. Wow, so this is what Bastar's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Oh, so Maya's over here. Because the door's there. She's right. She's been here this entire time. But we won't know that. At least our party won't. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shoo the kitty cat. Shoo! Little thing. Oh, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo. Hehe. Cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. Unguard's lawyer. The Masters... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it is a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. Making yourself anonymous, huh? As hell. Nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Ungard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master of his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would like to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. Ungard the kind to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you got there. It is my duty to take care of him. Master rather fancy shoe. I don't remember... I'm trying to remember, I think, I don't remember anyone being able to take care of Shu after the case is over, but I imagine Adrian would probably take Shu in. That feels right. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well, then I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished. A master of law. There's a lot to be proud of being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Ominous. Now, if you excuse me. She's in there, Phoenix. She's in there. A small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. Ungard's cat to use. Oh, you mean Shu? Door, it's locked tight. Guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. Not just that, but... She was there this entire time? You fool. But to be fair, how the hell would you know? Especially in Phoenix's case. Hey, city boy. Lotta, you're still here? Wrecking course! An investigative photographer eats her stars on her ability to step up the scoop, yeah. In this hotel, it just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something always about to happen. But do you have a camera? Wreck given. A photographer's gotta have cameras out of the ear like a corn to be a real pro, you know. So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feet in the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? I want to ask you about the night of the murder.
What? You really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got?
Give me one moment here. Okay. Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not?
Well, kinda, but...
Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes.
I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know. Followed a few stars around. Got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too.
Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case.
Oh, that ditty I wrote?
Yeah, can I believe what you've written?
You mean the stuff about Ungar shoving his manager lady onto Karada?
Yeah.
Well, I reckon you best not be believing that.
What?
Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know, writing whatever came to mind.
Whatever came to mind?
Yeah, when you get down to it, I'm just a lot of random bull dooders. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to?
Huh.
And why do you look like you suddenly got older too? Or am I just shrinking here? Oh, my baby! My $1,600 baby! What's with that red coat of prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me.
Well, that's kind of how it is.
Hey, you're that red coat's friend, ain't you? So put in a few good words for me and get me back my camera.
You want me to do that? What?
Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours and I guarantee you, he'll give it back.
Why don't you do your own dirty work?
Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh?
Yeah. I guess so.
Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see you then.
And you, Tam, there, little un. Keep the good work. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. And make sure you do all your homework, you hear? And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring... Would you please just leave already?
Huh? What is that early ghastly moaning?
I hate evil ghosts. Mwah.
I don't think it's ghosts. Maybe it's a demon.
Excuse me, watch who you're calling a demon, you brat! It's the alien! Who are you calling an alien? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me. Please talk to me about the night of the merge just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was lording around here with that imbecile look on her face. That imbecile look on her face? Okay, I get it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least maybe sound better than that. Oh, alright. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more, Mr. Kurata. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book. But I heard that he was lagging behind the polls against Mr. OnGuard. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all, you know that. He's going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at the mountain of presents. This showed the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain is pretty big. Certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Burls? Presents, they're all bears, right? Got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Kurata's presents from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know? Well, when my dear Juan was training, he fought a bare-handed with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight they became friends. Oh, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people dramas. I could see those two tuckered out. Down by the river going, "Heh, you can fight." You too, bub, you too. Did all that really happen? It's in his photography, bub. What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice. Bears. Burp. I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock. What's that infernal racket? Just give me one moment here. It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. That startled me. I thought I was gonna die for a second. That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember? I'm sure it flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya, how is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you are not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news. So it seemed my present did you no good. No, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! One more day, please. I'll ask for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please, please let Maya say something. I want to hear her. She's alright. And... little... What's with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems... bad. Connects. Damn it, did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. Time to go. Do. Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice, thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. Sorry I went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've gotta be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Transceiver. Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy to tell him about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a lot of loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. So what is it? Something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed with another signal, pal. When you put it that way, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. Stuff on the screen gets fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? It's like when you use the dryer next to a TV and the screen starts looking weird. Well, yes, the TV does do that. So that's what you're talking about. She sure does.
So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened. There's gotta be something in there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like listening device or something. Ah! Speaking of that, where were you when it happened?
We were in Mr. Kurata's room, the scene of the murder.
What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later. Alright, pal?
Wait, Gumshoe!
Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah!
Gumshoe.
Hey, you're finally here, pal.
Sorry to keep you waiting. You have the, bug sweeper.
Oh, well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. On the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers.
What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item.
Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't say I didn't get one. Just thought the police's.
It's a little broken.
Hey, this was made when I was in... This was made when I was in elementary school, pal.
By who?
Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul to building this puppy here. It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves.
Isn't it better that way?
Well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal?
I'm getting that sinking feeling again.
Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some sort of bug hidden in this room, pal.
Gonna find it, right?
Right now, first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough look-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that gives out a lot of radio waves. Yeah.
This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? Perhaps. biggest one I have ever seen.
Hey, did you guys find it yet? Listening device, I mean.
No, not yet, but this bear's eye is...
Let's see. Perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's take this big fella's eye out and see what we got.
No, you can't! Such a violent act!
Oof.
No!
It's a miniature camera. Looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. Transmitter, pal.
Is this more of a high-tech stuff? So this thing is a camera?
Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems.
So it's a video camera.
Runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set.
But there's no videotape in this camera.
This is only the camera part here, pal. Tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
Footage is changed in radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder.
So it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Hey, you know, you're right.
So what is a transmitter?
The device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific location, destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal.
Looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing.
Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn on the camera and record in a certain time with it.
Set it for a certain time?
Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour.
8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended.
No date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess.
Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape.
What?
And you think about the angle the bear is at. It's bound to have a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
And that footage would show Shelly the killer. Almost like Matt wanted to get Shelly caught in the act.
Bound to have a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
So there was a camera in this bear's eye.
It was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind.
But who gave Mr. Rada this present?
I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got video of what's happened here that night.
Is there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out.
Oh. Is there really no way to find out?
I got it!
What?
Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go around to that electronics shop and see if I can find out who bought this.
It's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m.
Leave it to me. Even I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah!
He's gone. Yeah. Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Missing Maya's sake.
It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways. Right. Ah! You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now.
Edgeworth, what are you doing here?
A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic. We have to move forward, one step at a time.
I see. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside the stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl?
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is very expensive. Luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here.
What?
The camera and the transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can you really?
Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. See you soon. Right.
Wait!
What?
Why are you doing this?
I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right. Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Kurata?
The real killer.
Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews?
To be honest, I don't know anymore.
You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth.
Juan Kurata's real killer is Andrew's past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ungard. And this card, Shelly the Killer.
Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. As you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. I love getting the acquittal because Matt fucking dies. Yeah. Like, I think that's the funny thing, is that no matter what you do for the guy, he's fucked. Like, yeah, prison would kind of suck, but, like, at the same time, it's like, that'd be getting off easy for him. So, if you get the acquittal... Because now, he's gonna be on the fucking run from Shelly the Killer. Which is really funny. That's, like, the ultimate justice, really. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. Police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. If we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. But yeah, no, it's like... I find that to be the funniest freaking moment in the case. Well, I'd say it probably also, like, partially the funniest bit in the game. Well, second game anyway. Because I'm definitely of the opinion that, the final cases of Game 1 and 2 are their best. And probably... Okay, look. I'm gonna give my general thoughts about, like, Game 1 and 2. I don't think that they do too well leading up to the final case. Like, yeah, I will admit that, without them, the final cases of both games would not, do too well as they do. But even besides that, the final cases are definitely the better ones of, like, any of the other cases in both of the games. Does that make them bad? No, not necessarily, but you can definitely see that there's a bit of a quality difference between the final case in 1 and 2 compared to the rest of the cases in both games. It's a little weird how different it is. Ooh, it's his client.
Ooh, he's the client. Ooh. You think it was Miss Andrews?
No. Wonder. She was the client. And why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? Yeah, which makes the frickin' theory of her being the client fall apart. Mr. Ungar really did hire the assassin, and he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be the guilty of the crime. Here it is. Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Karada? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Karada, okay? I didn't see any psychic locks at that time. Because you asked the wrong question, Phoenix. He didn't lie. However, that does not mean he didn't order it. He did not kill Juan directly. Juan had to bet everything on the Gem and Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Something to do with Celeste impacts, perhaps? Boop. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is that nothing has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now I was handed a strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? One Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly I don't care, but the request came from Edgyboo, so... And he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. I'm going to feel free and direct all my anger towards you. Thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. Here it was, you know.
Give me a second. I need to get someone. Okay. Yeah, with your freaking gossip, blah, blah, blah. Do you?
Some obnoxious puppy-haired photographer girl, the nerve of some people.
No, it wasn't. It was Matt.
Hold bag.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Celeste and Pax.
Huh. Right.
Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but... Three days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines.
I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager Celeste killed herself. How terrible.
Great! Yay! Okay.
Mr. Onguard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally just found the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness.
Decisive witness? You mean for the On-Guard case?
We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth.
What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Even the kidnappers demand, and now this. Can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something.
He did?
Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go.
What?
I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. We're about to see the real Matt. The real man behind the hair. The stupid fucking hair. Dude, it's Mr. Right! I hope you get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. Hope so too. I don't. Edward just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Kurata was killed by an assassin. The assassin's line is... Yep. This man, Matt Ungard. What's wrong? Mr. Ungard. There's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kinda different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. About the press conference. You mean the one where Han was gonna dress up as Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had it in his hands, a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Can you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Five. The first fiver. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Psyche locks. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? You know about Mr. Kurata and Miss Andrews' relationship. Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Kurata. Her mentor was Mr. Kurata's manager. Miss Andrews is going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste. Jog any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for pizza? My treat. Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it like a kind of pea like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? Oh, I got caught up by the pizza dude at the shop. It's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this stuff and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ungard. Are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide in some way? Yes. We're gonna save a little bit of time here and get something over with before going back. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me! Uh-oh. Mr. Powers! What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped in this somehow. Now I'm gonna testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with a detective till a while ago and I was on my way home. All of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest. I was brought back here. Oh. I set my face in whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious.
It's happening again. It's Turnabout Samurai all over again. No, I guess, like, that's the idea. It's making Turnabout Samurai even more important. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important for what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. Can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer detective? Pearls, please. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it was me. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick! This is Maya and myself are the only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch, I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is gonna do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
What is he really like?
Oh, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Ow, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. Well, you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews.
Because she's gay!
Duh!
Like, there ain't no goddamn way that Adrian Andrews is fucking straight. There ain't no way.
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
Dazzling sort of image? But you aren't a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers.
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. It's okay, really. I got to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Hey, so did you hear this one yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide.
You mean Miss Enrax?
You heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you talk to me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
Heard about that in court today. There wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Kurata?
Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. She said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man."
Truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Kurata by that?
There's no one else that fits that bill, right? You're joking, right? That would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, now let's talk to Adrian. Oh, it's you.
Sorry to be visiting at such a late hour.
There are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. Sure, Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurata had on Mr. Ungard. I'd like to ask you about Miss Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. Seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? Why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste Impax. I finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by your suicide. But it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. Wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. Suicide note, huh? Wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard? That's simple, because he's a killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figured it out, right? Phoenix, that's funny. Police being competent at their fucking jobs? No way. No way. That's a lie. Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Psyche lock, huh? No. No. Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But... Sure, I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. Okay... I don't like the sound of the ringtone right now. It sounds like kind of ominous. It's probably just your imagination. You should totally really pick it up, Mr. Nick. It could be important.
We've got a big problem, pal. I'm on my way to your office right now.
Okay. Hey, wait a second. Why is he coming here?
It's terrible. I don't know what to say, pal. It's yet. Oh, I got here faster than I thought.
Hey.
Two gumshoes. No time to relax now, pal. I'm confused as anything here.
What happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
Eh? This quickly?
And this bear is what gave them away, pal.
The bear?
I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't Mr. Edgeworth that figured?
Shh, Pearls.
And go on.
Connor, what are you doing? There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy another person in the room?
Matt Ungard. Matt Ungard, your client. That's who, pal. Here I thought things couldn't get any worse.
Are you sure you heard right? That's the person who bought this bear was...
Heard from the department store clerk, pal. It's the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
Receipt? That's all you have?
Nah, it's not just receipt, pal. Store clerk said so himself. Told me I'm sure I sold the bear. I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Ungard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ungard's autograph out of pal. I'm sure the person that bought that stuffed bear was Mr. Ungard himself.
Your sign is failing me. This can't be.
It is, Phoenix! Believe it! Believe!
What about the spy camera we found?
Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. For now, I guess I can give these back to you for your file away into your evidence.
I didn't think it was possible. The person who bought the spy camera in Juan Corrada's room was Matt Ungard.
I have those to catch Miss Anders and Miss Corrada in one of their rendezvous.
I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
Are you gonna see him, Mr. Ungard, I mean?
Yes. I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
He wanted murder! Yippee!
Alright, give me one moment here. I'm gonna get something.
are you doing, Gunner? Gunner, what are you doing? What are you doing, you goofy little boy?
You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know what that ignorance is bliss? What do you really want to know? Let's talk. Man, you piece of shit. Let's go! Bring out the real Matt, boy! Now let's hear about what the secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurata had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about one, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention, Mr. Kurata, especially on that night.
Take that!
Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Kurata's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden? Oh, I don't know, the fucking bear?
Take that!
Spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be present from a fan. I guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Huh, you sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurata was... you, buddy. You!
Take that!
Mr. Enguarde, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. But he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Enguarde. Don't dude me, buddy. If I don't know how you work in court, I think I was in some serious trouble, dude. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Pulls him up by his collar. Just lift him up. Legs dangling. Oh, do you have any proof you want to show me first? My guy, I've got a fucking receipt.
Take that!
I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Enguarde. Literally. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. Who? Why would you buy a fucking toothbrush worth that much? A $38,100 toothbrush. It's ivory. It's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew, elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Apparently.
Anyway, store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not?
Dude, you should have said so earlier.
So can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
Not that I want to anyway.
And that's why this stupid lawyer talked to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
My guy. That is making you look more guilty, you fucker.
No, not yet. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential.
So, what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna find out what I want to know, because I must. Reason you hid this camera is Mr. Crowder filled his secret is...
Ay, ay, ay.
Adrian Andrews? There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurata were having his secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Kurata, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right?
Dude, you could be such a moron.
Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer Dude, that's kind of scandal. That's the good stuff. That's what we have in the industry called juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurata because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up the camera in Mr. Kurata's room was... Shelly. What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know them, why are you acting all so jumpy all of a sudden? That's it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. Can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt Ungard, I know why you know Shelly the Killer. It's because you're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. And you wanted evidence of it. So how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Kurata. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is... you, Matt Ungard. And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. Ungar, you really did hire... Hold on a sec, I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Ungard. There's the piece of shit. Well done, Mr. Wright. Where did you get juice? I don't know. He popped it out of existence. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. So you really are Shelly the Killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian was quite brave of herself. Trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Quan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? You're lying! What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
Why? Why did you hide the video camera in...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. You knew about Miss Andra's secret? But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful dead over their heads. And a superstar like me? How much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. I've got his face and crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video's my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright? Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough an answer for you, little girl.
Why would you kill Mr. Kurata?
Because he was about to sling so much dung on my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
Give me a moment.
Mr. Kurata had been able to give it, then Mr. Ungard's secret would have...
Well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then that situation just presented itself perfectly. Oh. I'll give it a moment. Let it go by. How beautiful, I thought. That's how Mr. Crowder ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin too. Oh, and how could I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me. Matt Ungard. Ah, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. Freaking dog, freaking dog, freaking dog. I could have been deceived by you all this time. When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurata. You answered very clearly that he hadn't killed anyone. Oh my god, Gunter. Hey now, haven't told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Kurata! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Ah, but too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. Does that sound? Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Boy. You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his words, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliché phrase. Juan said something like that, if memory serves. Of course. Well, we all know how well things turn out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya. What am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horde atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, right. What are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy...
Can't do that.
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, right, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... That Ungar, that man really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? What exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's... It's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get Unguard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. When I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even though I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. When you get a hold of yourself, you have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone. That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are the defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Krum are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty! I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as perfect win record were meaningless. don't believe you. Are you saying that's why you left the prosecutor's office? And then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you'll find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Unguard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you're asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. This is what I call client relations, and it's part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to assure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see it see, receives a nice long nap. Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Whoops! Thanks, Shu. Thank you, Shu. I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Hmm? Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission. Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. Cat? Can't be a cat, can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for On Guard Mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over there as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fun has only just begun. Yeah. Yippee! Bear. 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 Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. Can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. He and On Guard were working together all this time. Sure, they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
It's a figuring of a bear. There are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Bear? Is that more of a thing for Mr. Harada? How would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Sure, that's for Shu.
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door, it's locked. I'm pretty used to breaking down doors right now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Ah, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, right? Antenna for sending and receiving radio signals in our VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. Sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
No mistake that someone uses to record something. Looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. And there's the Celeste picture. Searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. Now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Inpax. With love, Celeste. Yes, Mr. Kurata's former manager.
I want a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Unguard's mansion.
Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame. On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's missing Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get On Guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. It's fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for the helpless Lunk. That's it for now, Nick. So I'll talk to you later.
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare?
Nothing.
Search the house, and this is the last room. Looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' psyche lock. I just find out what secret she's holding. And I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. One last lock. I have come to remove your psyche lock. She wouldn't know what that is, Phoenix! She wouldn't know. Psyche lock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may not think I didn't hear, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. You're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? An absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, one who lives by being dependent on other people. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Miss Impact's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. Top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts on her suicide. Yep. This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Ungard's mansion. After all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Kurana didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. That piece of shit. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why "With Love, Celeste" is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away. It's horrible. That entire image is built on how nice and wonderful a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Sure, even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. See, so that's what happened. But then why did Mr. Hirata have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It's probably because of his worthless male pride. Ooh! Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. Why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. When he's at his own most powerful. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. Yeah. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murder was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed one's body with that knife, I could feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It's no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. Can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation or with what I know now. Oy. Ugh. Come on, kitty. Come on. Come on. Okay. Ugh. I'll just let this thing play out for a bit. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. We're doing this again. What have I done wrong? Cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence. You are no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. We'll see. We'll see. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? Get that creepy slime bag and not guilty. I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried channeling since yesterday. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that accursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, Val. Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? Let me join the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, pal. They have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. We're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Till the trial is over, until the verdict's are handed down. We're gonna do everything we can and find a killer. We can get Maya out, then we can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal.
Really, I could do that if they found Maya first.
Got that, so you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer.
To make the trial last longer?
Go up, Mr. Edgeworth, with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out.
Oh, now I get it.
I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got just like you.
Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it.
He's got this, pal!
Alright. I'm gonna end that there, so we can come back to that on Friday. That way it's a little